One of my favorite routers, the DeWalt DW621, stopped working. At first I was getting an intermittent and weak rotation, but then it failed completely. I like this router because it's fairly compact, has 2 horsepower, and can remove dust through the handle. It also can handle both half and quarter-inch bits. To troubleshoot the router, I unplugged the unit and I removed the top cover. The screws all seem to be Torx T20 size. I set my multimeter to resistance with a continuity beep so I can test the wiring. I get no reading from the hot side. On the neutral side, I got continuity on both sides of the brushes. While I'm not showing it here, there's a slight difference in the resistance, so I'm basically getting continuity through the motor windings. Off camera, I slackened the spring tension on the brushes, and indeed no continuity on one side now. I think the brushes and the motor is okay. Next, I removed the side switch cover. I tested continuity and found that it's definitely not a faulty switch. Further continuity testing of the wiring shows no obvious wire damage. Testing the controller unit was inconclusive, but I'm quite certain that is the problem. This brings up a point about DeWalt tools I absolutely dislike. In all the tools the last few years, they have sealed the control electronic boards, and they are virtually impossible to repair. Worse, they usually charge more for these boards than the tools themselves. Most likely what went wrong with this unit is a cheap capacitor or a MOSFET that went bad, but you pretty much have to replace the whole thing. Given this, my first thought was that this router should be thrown out. But I searched online, and I actually found a controller for around 60 bucks. Since this unit cost around 260, it was worth it to buy the part. Had I needed to replace the router, I would not have chosen this model. I would have chosen the newer version that is a battery-powered 2¼ horsepower router with the same dust collection handle. Back to the repair. I removed the switch so I could remove the controller wires and the controller. Installing the new controller was easy. Just insert the wires through the same path and screw them into the switch. The controller plugs right in with two little terminals. There's plenty of room for the wires, so the placement is not critical. The side switch cover is reinstalled. Time to test the unit. I plugged the cord back into the wall. Keeping my fingers away from the exposed wiring, I was happy to find a router working again. Once again, unplugging the router, I could reinstall the top cover. Helps to turn it the correct way. The cover fits into grooves in the casing. Final testing. The speed controller works. Everything works fine. I noticed the manufacturer made some minor changes to the controller board components. In case you wonder how I found the part, I simply Googled the part number printed on the controller. I hope this repair video was of use to you. To see more videos like this, please subscribe. See you next time. Thanks for watching.